Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm sitting down with one of the most influential drummers in jazz, Eric Harland. One of the top cats. And Eric, thank you so much for sitting down with us. You're here doing a bunch of stuff with Charles Lloyd,
Yes, indeed.
and it's just. I think I heard a story of how you started working with him. Could you repeat that? Something about playing at the Blue Note, right?
Oh man, yeah, it was very interesting, hilarious, as we say it
Okay.
in the States. It was around 2001.
Sure.
When the whole World Trade Center thing happened, and Charles was actually playing at the Blue Note that week.
Okay.
And
yeah.
and for me, I was kind of doing the late night. They have this late night jam session at the
Yeah,
Blue Notes
yeah.
and stuff. And it was, just a random time, and I was there, and it was just, it's one of those things where just the energy and everything is just flowing in the right direction.
Sure.
I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. I was there, playing with this band after hours, and Charles was playing that week, and he just decided to stay after the gig to
Yeah.
listen to the session.
That's awesome, man.
Man, and it was just, to my surprise and my ultimate benefit, he was actually sitting there listening to me play, with just,
Wow.
in the
Yeah,
jam session, and I was just like, oh my God, I didn't even know he was there.
That's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
It's like your guardian.
Definitely like a
jazz
guardian.
angel,
Yeah, jazz angel.
He's checking
And
you out.
I got a call from his manager.
Okay. Yeah.
She called me up and she was just like, yeah, Charles is really interested in you playing with him. Are you available? And I was just like, whoa, oh my God. And then, because first I was like, wow, where did he hear me play, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's when the whole story came up. that,
Okay.
that he
Yeah.
was at the jam
Well, that's really
session and
cool,
stuff. So-
man. And you guys are doing such historic music. It's important. I don't mean like history music. It's historic. It's setting precedent. Charles Lloyd was off the scene for such a long time. And he went into something else. He's working with
Yeah,
some of those cats. The Beach
Well,
Boys.
he was doing that, but he also went into meditation for a long time.
That's excellent, man.
And he just, he was really centering himself, and that's kind of one of those things that's a little bit unheard of in the music industry, well, in jazz.
Yeah.
Pop culture does it a lot, and they're kind of like unforgotten, but somehow in jazz, people expect for you to continue the legacy year after year after year after year,
Sure,
just like
yeah.
And that's cool, but it's nice. I think it's very special when artists can kind of pull themselves away to get, get a sense of something that elevates themselves. I would think that the public would want that because as an artist elevates themselves,
Yeah.
they bring that sense of elevation back to the music. And then the music that they produce from that point on continues to elevate, and and it brings a sense of more awareness, more chemistry, more energy. Ultimately, it's always a good ending. Like it blesses the masses.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you want that sense of energy to happen. You want that that process to take place, yes, you just people talk against it, but I'm like,
no. I think
please,
that's fantastic. And I saw you guys perform last night, and it was such a spiritual experience. The whole room was feeling the music and feeling what you guys were playing, and you were holding down forward on the drums, and it's just it was excellent to hear the different rhythms that you put on the music. Could you tell us a little bit about your concept behind playing with Charles Lloyd?
For me, the concept with Charles is very easy. There is no concept. It's more of just flow. It's a system of allowance, just allowing the moment to be what it is.
Okay, yeah.
And because Charles, he's a very kind soul. He's a very sensitive and, passionate individual. And the way he composes and the way he hears the music and the way he orchestrates the set, it's not from a sense of we're going to play this, we're going to play this, we're going to play this, we're going to play that.
Yeah.
It's more of like he feels the moment. So even he himself doesn't know what he's going to play, and you have to be available for that kind of energy, you know. And this band is very available for that. Like we just,
Yeah.
I mean, all of his bands have been available for that. As you can see, like
Yeah.
he has, you know, a great mastery at, you know, curating great bands.
Yeah,
you know,
he got you guys all together, and each of you guys brings something unique. You know, I just talked with Jason, and you know, he's telling me about the landscape and taking things in a certain direction.
Exactly.
And I talked with Ruben about, you know, his Caribbean roots and how he puts that into the music. And you have an interesting thing too. You came out of the Houston scene, right?
Oh yeah.
And there's a special school there, right?
Special school. I mean,
Somebody told me about this school, right?
I'm from the Houston school. There's a Houston one and there's a Dallas one.
Okay.
From Dallas is the Roy Hargrove, Erykah Badu, and you know so many other great musicians. From Houston is me, Jason Moran, Chris Dave, Robert Glasper, Kendrick Scott, Jamari
Reggie
Williams.
Quinley.
Yeah, Reggie Quinley,
a couple
Mike
other guys.
Marino. I mean, it goes on.
Yeah,
Beyonce knows. You know, everybody
Wow.
knows Beyonce. Hey, you know,
Some real top
all
people.
of Destiny Child, really.
That's fantastic, you know.
You know, my beautiful wife, she's not here. I mean, she's not right here, but she's here.
Here at the festival,
You know,
yeah.
I mean, it's just Houston. I mean,
That's great, man. You know, I've never been to Texas, but, you know, from the caliber and the level of musicians that have come out of there, at some point I've got to go down there and check it out because, you know.
man, it's amazing.
You know, there was a bass
And
player.
it still
friend of
remains
mine
to
who
be
was-
amazing too. Like
Yeah.
that, many other great musicians that are coming out of Houston now.
Yeah, man.
I just did a show down in Houston, and I met the graduating class from the school.
Okay, yeah.
And, you know, and I heard some of the stuff that those guys are doing, and I mean,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
it was just
Wow.
spectacular.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, a friend of mine, his name is John Merritt, young bassist.
Okay.
I think he did a little of a study of you as his
Whoa.
like, senior thing. And, you know, he told us all about that scene, and it's just so interesting and unique, you know, that there's a thing that could come out of such a strong, you know, program there. And tell us now, let's move a little bit into drumming. Question for drummers.
Okay.
If there's a young drummer who's inspired by what it is that you do, what advice do you have for young drummers who are trying to make it in this music?
Man, the first thing is just, the first thing is to practice, of course.
Sure.
The second thing is just, you know, just be true to what you feel. Be true to like what I like to say, what resonates with you. You know, scientifically speaking, you know, gravity is here for a reason. Like, you know, energy pulls you in the direction where you're supposed to go.
Yeah.
And your life design is your life design. And so as long as you stay true to that, you know, you'll always find the place, you know, where you're looking to be. Like, that's a great saying that, you know, Charles Lloyd always says to me, is like, what you're looking for is always looking for you. And you just have to make yourself available, you know, and just be open to the opportunity when it comes.
Wow.
And
that's great, man.
man, it's amazing. So that's always something I try to share with drummers is, you know, it's just go with that passion, go with that drive, go with that love, whatever it might be. Sometimes it might seem to be weird or maybe obscure at times, but it has meaning, it has definition. As long as you know, you pay homage to that and you're true and you're, you know, authentic with it, you know, the world would open up for you. I mean, everything is going to be there for you, so it's nothing to worry about. Just enjoy the process, as everyone would say.
Well, you know, that's a really great way to look at it, you know.
Man.
You know, I just talked to you about, I heard some rhythms you were doing. You know, I sat in with you last night.
Oh, man.
And you were doing some unique rhythmic stuff.
Oh, man.
Doing some, like, some grooves. Displaced grooves.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that, you know.
Well, for me, you know, I'm a fan of all styles. Last night, we definitely got into some like Dilla stuff. You know,
Jay Dilla
You know,
type thing,
where we were playing, you know, we're playing jazz, but at the same time, being open to playing some groove aspects as well. So, and that's beautiful. It shows that music is really moving beyond genres, so to say.
Yeah.
In a sense of the style, of being able to play it. I guess I can't say
Yeah.
move beyond, can't say really move beyond genre, because everybody wants to play something in a specific genre.
Yeah.
But as far as when you're playing, you don't have to feel pigeonholed to the genre, or to like, okay, if I start playing a groove, I only got to play this groove all night. Not specifically. So
music, it's good music, right?
It's music,
Yeah.
And music is, it's all about communication. It's all about moving, from point A to point B, and how you communicate with, the band members on the stage, and how you can expand yourself to encompass everyone.
Yeah.
So that everyone feels that they can communicate, that they can have a conversation with you.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's kind of
great, man.
Yeah, that's my thing. I put it all out there. It's just like, here's a little groove, here's some free aspect, here's some swing. I mean, everything,
Well, it really took us on a journey in the session, because most sessions in New York, for example, it's the same old straight ahead thing. And
Exactly.
when I played with you and Jason last night, you took it. We played Green Dolphin Street and we took it a certain journey, which was cool, man.
It's all about expression.
Yeah.
And that's the ultimate thing, is that everyone is talented if you allow them to express themselves.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing for me, is to allow a person to express themselves, and let's communicate. That's not people get caught up on this big level of communication. It's like, you got to speak big words. You got to say this, and you got to be prolific in this aspect and stuff like that. I mean, that's great, but man, everyone can communicate if you give them a chance.
Yeah.
And if and so for me, I'm just ready to be available to, like, let's make some music.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to sit here and be like, oh, I can do this. Whoa, yeah, watch me. This is what I can do.
No,
it's an invitation.
It's an invitation
to make music and to have fun and to be a family, because that's what music is about. It's about sharing. And the thing is, when people can witness that from the stage, then they feel a part of the music, and then the whole room just feels like family. It's no longer just people watching somebody on stage just kind of demonstrating how great they are.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not about that. It's like, join in and be a part of what's happening right now.
And then it's happening,
It just happens. It
That's
just
great,
flows, and we're just like, we're here. We are here
That's
right
a good way to
now.
look at it, man. Very optimistic, positive thing.
Man,
And,
that's
great, man.
Yeah. That's all there is. The negativity is just, just stuff, it's all painted images in our minds. It's the what ifs, but what's right now is just right now. It doesn't have a judgment on it. It's just purity in this most purest form, in this most like organic and natural form, and I love that.
So I'm sure some of this comes also from Charles.
Oh
working
yeah,
with Charles,
being
and,
with Charles,
and it's just a wonderful combination of members. And have you ever talked to Charles about some of his earlier stuff, like
oh yeah,
Forest Flower, man?
Man,
it's just
come
like,
on. Man,
yeah,
I love that band. I mean, Jack
Yeah,
DeJohnette.
yeah.
It's just, I'm completely influenced by Jack. Keith Jarrett. I mean, one of my favorite pianists.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. It was just an amazing band, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't.
yeah,
It's just the things that they got to in that band. It was just a shame that they couldn't stick together. But things evolved.
yeah. Things happen.
And that was the beautiful thing about it. Like they came together for that moment and for that period of time, and they blessed us with that music, And so now we just keep the evolution happening.
Keep it
man.
happening,
It's just
man.
like we
Yeah.
all get an opportunity to participate in that mission, the mission of music.
One day, like however many years from now, they'll say, "Oh man, I got to see Eric Harland and Jason Moran and Charles Lloyd."
Hey.
That's what it is. You guys are doing it, and Eric, thanks so much for sitting down with us and,
Man, thank
taking
you,
the time.
man. It's been a blessing.
It's
been awesome.
For people who are watching this, where can people check out your music, man?
Oh man, everywhere. I mean, I'm a part of many great projects that I'm sure on
Sure.
iTunes or
Yeah.
everywhere on the web. I mean,
You got a website, Eric Harland.
yeah, I have a website. I have a blog that's under ericharland.com.
Oh yeah.
And I have a website that's iharland.com. Try to get hip, you know, iPhone craze and stuff like that. And there's so much stuff. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, you know, all the social media. You can contact me. I'm very social, as you can see. I love to talk. So if you got questions, just hit me up. I even have a spot even on my my website where, you know, you can just submit questions and just let me know how you feel about different things. It's amazing. I love to share. I feel like it's all life and it's all about conversation. So you communicate with me, I'm communicating with you. Let's talk about life, let's talk about music, however you feel. And let's just evolve, continue to evolve and continue to just introduce different things and everything, whatever you feel in life, you know. I like talking about life too, you know.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, check Eric out because this is one of the top drummers in this music. I say this music because he can play many different styles, you know. Certainly one of my favorite drummers. So, Eric, thanks so much for sitting down with us.
Man, thank you, man.
And
Appreciate
cats,
it.
stay tuned.
Indeed.